Hi Sumit, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time stopping by, you are most welcome. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. In today's video, I'll be showing you a DIY beginner-friendly tutorial on how to make your own panties. You can actually use your scrap of fabrics to achieve this. The video at the left-hand side is a video of me putting on the panty on myself because in the course of the video, I illustrated on how to get your measurement to cut out this panty. So I decided to wear it on myself so you guys could see the outcome. And the video at the right hand side is just how it looks like on my mannequin. So if this is what you're interested in learning, keep watching to the end and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So guys, let's get right started into the video. Here are the materials we're going to be using for this project. I have my elastic, it's up to 3 yards here. I have this fabric that looks like a lace. I'm using this because I don't have the lace trimming that I'm going to use on the panties. The lace trim is up on the screen. If you have something like this in your collection, if you don't have, just get it from the market. So I also have this leftover crepe fabric that you made from a dress. I have my tape, my scissors, my chalk, my curve rule, my ruler. So let's get right started. So I'm going to be giving you guys a guide on how to get your measurements before we're going to cut these panties out. I just got a smaller tape, tied it around my lower waist, just to give me a guide from where my pant is going to start from. So I'm just going to open my legs wide and pass my tape in between my legs like so. You get this me getting my crouch measurements, and then what I have there is 22 inches. So the next thing I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to get my round lower waist circumference, and what I got there was 33 inches. As you can see, this is what I have. So these are the only two measurements we're going to be using. So let's cut this. So we're going to do a little calculation here. My lower waist circumference is 33 from the measurement I got. My crouch is 22. So I divided 22 by 2 and I have 11. So I'm going to subtract 4 from 11. That 4 is the gusset. A gusset is a triangular piece of fabric added to the crouch area for durability and comfort. So now 11 minus 4 is going to give me 7. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, up here is a picture of the piece of fabric I'm talking about. So 7 is the measurement we're going to use as the length when cutting on the fabric. So I opened up the fabric, but first of all, I checked out the sides that was more stretchy, and then I'm going to fold it towards the sides like so. So right now I'm going to divide my lower waist circumference by 4. That will determine the amount of fabric I'm going to fold towards the side. 33 divided by 4 is 8.3 inches. So that's the measurement I'm going to use to fold this fabric like so. So guys, I marked out that 8.3 inches across like so. I also added half-inch stitching allowance. Guys, if your fabric is really stretchy, there is no need to add a half-inch stitching allowance. It's going to still be okay after you join the sides together. So I marked out my starting line like so. So I'm going to mark out that 7 inches we got from our calculation downward like so and across to the other side to get a straight line. From the sides, I came down by 2.5 inches. You can come down by 3 inches or 3.5 inches. It depends on how covered you want your panties to be. So at the bottom part, at the down line, you're going to go inward by 2 inches. So I marked out 2 inches at the bottom line. So I'm going to connect those 2 points together in a curve-like manner, just like I'm doing right here. You can make your curve to go inward more than mine. I wish I had gone inward, but you're going to still adjust it after cutting. So guys, I came down by a quarter of an inch from the center front line like so. So I'm going to just take my straight rule and connect a slant line to the other side. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want my pants to relax properly on my waist. So I'm going to just cut this out. So I'm going to level this as the front part of the pants. So let's cut the back part right now. So I folded my fabric again and placed the front part of the pants on top of this folded fabric. I used my scissors to hold that down. So from the down part, I'm going to go outward right there by 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect from that point to the sides like so using my straight rule. I'm sorry my lines are faint. Just watch what I'm doing. Connect the lines together like so. From the top, I'm going to go upward by ½ inch for the back part. This is to help cover the butt area. You know, the front and the back is usually not the same thing, most especially when cutting a trouser. I'm going to use my straight rule to connect this line. But guys, don't connect this in a slant-like manner. Just connect it straight forward. This is not a pant. Just connect it straight instead of slant-like manner. So let's cut it out. We have our front and back piece of the pants, so let's cut out the gusset part of the pants. I folded my fabric into two like so, and then I'm just going to mark 4.5 inches. That 4 inch we minus from that 11 inch plus ½ inch for stitching allowance. So I'm just going to mark it across like so. Then I'm going to take my back part of the pants and just place it on that straight line that we've marked out like so, just to mark out the sides of the pants. Now I took the front part of that panty. I'm going to place the bottom part at this down line like so, just to aid me mark out the width of that area like so. Then I'm going to use my straight rule to connect those points together. So this is the gusset now of the pants. I'm going to cut another piece of this, making two. After cutting the second part of the gusset, I'm just going to take off my pins from my back part of the pants. I'll open up the gusset and place it like so. Then I'm just going to take that front part. You can see how it's aligning already. So I'm just going to trim off that excess. So I'm going to now join these parts together like so. So guys, before joining the gusset to the body of the pants, I had to just go inward by a curve like so between those 2 points, so that it's going to sit well in between my laps. And then I'm just going to cut this out. So this is how the gusset is supposed to look like. I'm going to replicate the same thing on the other piece of the gusset like so. I opened up the front parts of the panties, and then I'm just going to take one of my gusset piece, and then I'm just going to place the parts to the front that aligns to each other on top, right sides facing each other like so. I'll take the other parts of the gusset and place it under like so and pin it down. Then you stitch that area down by ½ inch. So I've stitched the other parts down, as you can see. I'm going to now take the back parts of my panties and just align it to the other part of the gusset like so. I'm just going to pin this down. Just watch what I'm doing carefully. Then I'm going to push the down part of the other part of the gusset towards the other side like so. Just watch what I'm doing. Align them to each other and stitch it down by ½ inch. So for this net-like fabric, I'm just going to cut out half inch wide of these pieces, and the rope is going to be as long as possible that can go around the curved area and my waist. So what I'm just going to do, I'll just take this fabric and place it on top of that elastic halfway like so. I'm just going to stitch it down to hold it down. I'm just doing this because I don't have the exact lace trimming for this. If you have your lace trimming, just use. I'm done stitching out the other side like so. So what I'm going to be doing right now, I'm going to be notching out those stitched out edges. Then I'm going to turn it inside out like so. The next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to top stitch around these areas and then trim out the excess by the sides. So at this point, just take your half-inch net-like fabric, place it almost halfway on top of the elastic like so, and just top stitch on it. So I'm done stitching it, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to be using this to stitch on the sides of the fabric and the waist area. So it's now time to stitch this lace trimming by the sides. So I'm just going to take the part that has the elastic. It's going to face the fabric directly, and then I'm going to stitch where that elastic started towards the net side. Make sure you're stitching this elastic tape at the crease, that's from the beginning of that elastic. Stitch it right there all the way to the other side. So I'm done stitching the first part. The next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to fold the elastic area inward like so, and then top stitch very close to that net like area. At this point, if you have your zigzag machine, just top stitch on it. But because I don't have a zigzag machine, I'm just going to top stitch twice on it. Just watch what I'm doing carefully. Just make sure your first stitch, you're stitching it very closely towards the net sides like so. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make another top stitch towards that side like so. So guys, you can see how I'm making this top stitch. Just look at what I'm doing carefully. Make sure yours is like this. You're going to stitch it all the way to the other side. So I've also done the same process on the other side of the pants. The next thing I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to stitch the lace trimming at the top area, but the first thing we're going to do, we're going to stitch the sides. So I'm going to place the front side on top of the back side, right sides facing each other. I'm going to stitch the sides by half of an inch before stitching the lace trimming to the waist. I still cut out half-inch of this net fabric. I'm just going to take my elastic and place it on top, just almost halfway on top of the elastic, and top stitch it so I can stitch it to the waist area. So at this point, I was just stitching the lace trimming around the waist area, and I was stitching it at the beginning of that elastic area towards the net side. The same process I did for the sides, it's just the same thing I'm doing around the waist area. At this point, I'm just going to fold my elastic inward and top stitch very closely towards the net side before making the second top stitch. This is just the same process of stitching a bias to a dress. After top stitching the first line, I'm going to make the second top stitch just after the first line like so. Like I said earlier, if you have a zigzag machine, there's no need to top stitch twice. Just top stitch at once using your zigzag machine, just like I'm doing right here. So guys, this panty is ready. You can see how I top stitch it around the waist area and also the sides to give this a neat finishing. So guys, I will advise you, if you're making a panty like this, use a very stretchy fabric and use the right lace trimming that I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video to stitch the sides and the waist area. I just had to improvise with what I had. So if at this point you've watched this tutorial and you've not hit the like and subscribe button, please hit the like and subscribe button. Don't just watch and leave like that. I really appreciate your comments and likes. So I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.